I'm stopping over at a place that I've seen tons of times, and I've got the plaque here. I'm trying to focus so you guys can kind of read it. You can also look it up on the internet. There'll be a lot about it. I don't know how well you can see that. Bright sun's making it really hard for me to even see it in my screen. Yeah, that might be better. Sorry about that. I'll edit out what wasn't good. You can pause the video and read this if you want. We're going to drive out to where it's located at. Okay, this would be either the caretaker's house or the office. And I'm thinking office. Nothing hardly left of it at all. Rock and dirt to hold it together and just keep it airtight. Now we get over here, you start seeing more of the processing plant for the salts and also for the borax. You know, the plaque talks about the Carson and Colorado. Carson and Colorado came from roughly Owens Dry Lake off of 395. It's still a little muddy in places. I'm cautiously walking this. And it came right through here. This was a railroad bed for it. Now, the Tonopah Railroad came up here also. And the Carson and Colorado was a narrow gauge. The Tonopah Railroad was standard gauge. So this track would have been 3 rails to cover both standard and narrow gauge. And it went all the way in 3 rails all the way to Luna, where we were just out a few minutes ago. And from there, it got switched to standard rail only. And that went all the way in to Hazen, and you can find that on the map. Look between Fernley and Fallon, and halfway in the middle is Hazen. This track went into Hazen and then tied in with the Union Pacific Railroad that follows I-80, and that's where it went. You could actually take a train from Los Angeles all the way to Hazen, switch trains there in Hazen to another one, switch along the way a few times, and go anywhere in the world you want to go in the United States. The railroad followed I-80 all the way across. Or you could come in from Las Vegas, and somewhere around Tonopah they combined, and then you could take that, get back on this line here and go to Hazen and go anywhere you wanted. So railroad used to serve a lot of passenger traffic out here. That's marshy out there. I'm not going to walk that today. When it's drier, I will walk it. Right now I'm sinking about 4 to 6 inches in places. I've got a little fenced off area, curious about. I can stay on the right of way and we'll see what it is. But it's unusual seeing as much wood as we have here, because wood was a valuable commodity, almost more valuable than the product they were mining. Oh, this is an open hole. So it's fenced off to keep it safe. Hard to say what it was. Basement, well, septic tank, could have been anything. Or a mine. You see a lot of stuff out here. Lots of ruins. Okay, that's pretty much going to wrap it up on this video. We've got another stop that was part of this mine a little further up the road that we'll stop at if we can. And we'll either tack it onto this one or make a whole new video to follow this one. Alright, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. And just trying to get back into doing my filming. Came upon some hard times, and financially and also health-wise, so I was kind of short some videos there for a few weeks. Alright, thank you for watching. Part of the actual Borax mine that was out here at this dry lake bed. And we're at Highway 95 and Highway 360 to Bishop's turnoff. And there's a lot of concrete building, not buildings, but structures here, mining structures. And they'd bring the stuff in here, load it, process it. The borax needs processed. And for all the people that don't know, but when you see a house with a big round hole in it like that, and then pillars tapering off going downhill, that was a rotary kiln. So at this end they would load the product into the kiln, and it would slowly turn like one revolution every 2 or 3 minutes. And they had a fire that would blow up through it, and it would cook, roast, dry, whatever the process was they was trying to get, depending on the temperature, in order to make their product. There's a lot of buildings here. A lot of foundations, I should say. Now, stuff like this you should stop by and see whenever you see it laying around the road. Oh, we have a ground squirrel or gopher, and he's fresh today. Now, these big timbers would hold part of the processing up. That was probably the motor part that would turn it. This ground is really hard to walk on right now. It's real mushy. Okay, some more ruins over here. They used some railroad iron to reinforce that slab. And then there's part of it there, comes across, whatever that was for. Out there we have a field, and it's fenced off. But this was part of the Borax mine. Now, for everybody watching this video, I've got a challenge. Type in borax, and you'll be able to find out what it was used for back then and today. Let's walk up to this slab and we'll see what it says. Does it say anything? Nope, nothing carved into this. Now, all this concrete that we're seeing, and there is a lot of it, and I always talk about concrete in the desert, about how hard it was to get and move and process. But here we have something interesting. No, the concrete wasn't that big of a deal for here. Because right here, we had a railroad tracks, and trains. And you could haul it in box cars. Most of the time back in the early 1900s into the 20s, your concrete was hauled in barrels and box cars, and they'd get them here and then they'd unload them and mix it by hand or by mixer. You can see all the marks in the wall. That was from the farm work they did. 1 by or 2 by 6s, 2 by 8s, whatever they had. And then they'd pour all this. Now all this was clean and laid out off from a set of blueprints, drawings, laid out using transits, and all of this modern equipment we have nowadays that was modern, very modern equipment back then. No GPS, no electronics, just a man looking through a transit that's level to a guy on the other end holding up a stake that had numbers on it, usually inches and feet or inches and 1/10 of an inch, depending if it was standard or engineering grade work. I still have some of that equipment. I used to use it in my landscaping business. And it was just good. All right, I want to thank everybody for watching. If you get out this way, stop, pull off the road, get out, walk around, take a look at it. Please do not add graffiti to it. We have enough. This used to sit for years without a single mark on it. Just like the next town down, Coaldale, it was the same thing. Every time I go by, some homeless bums are in there burning the place down. They burnt down another building here about a week ago. One of the big family homes that was back there. So can't have anything good with people like that around. All right, I want to thank you for watching. Have a great blessed day. Hope you enjoyed this. Like and subscribe if you have a chance.